Hey, good evening, folks, and welcome to the 6 o'clock news on sbynews.com. Today I'm going to make this one brief. There's only two real topics I'd like to discuss. Perhaps three, we'll see where we go. Number one, let's talk about Christine Sheedy. It seems as if what we produced on Salisbury News was 100% accurate, right on line. The gentleman that had been incarcerated in another state was in fact charged with her murder, and I'm glad to hear that this thing's coming to fruition and the family can now rest and know that justice is being served. So for the family, our heartfelt wishes go out to you, best wishes that we can give, and we hope that you can move on with your lives. Now, another topic I'd like to talk about: the Toyota Prius Runaway car. Now look, folks, I don't know how naive each and every one of you are, but I'm not. And let me explain why. The entire mainstream media is making a big deal out of one car going 90 some odd miles an hour down a California freeway, which is pretty much standard for any vehicle driving in California. I lived there, I experienced the freeways in California, and you fly. But I'm not saying that what happened allegedly wouldn't scare the pants out of people if they didn't want to go 90 miles an hour. My issue is this: how is it that the mainstream media takes one incident like this, one, and turns it into, oh my God, don't buy a Prius because you're going to have a car that's just going to take off and go? Have you ever heard of neutral, you idiot? Neutral, like you put it in neutral, you apply the brakes, the car comes to a stop. Go figure, these people don't understand that. But yet this car went for miles and miles and miles, had to have a police car pull in front of it, slow it down and bring it to a stop. Whatever happened, I don't even care at this point. Naive Americans are buying this BS like there's no tomorrow. Come on now, folks. Do you think General Motors, Chrysler, Ford, Audi, Porsche, you name it, you name the vehicle, are you telling me 1 out of 5 million vehicles made isn't going to have a major flaw in it? I remember 60 Minutes completely tearing apart Audi and destroying their business for the past 20-25 years because they claimed the car just jumped in reverse and was driving over people. It just happened. So, although Audi went out and proved them to be wrong, people saw 60 Minutes, they believed it. I'm trying to impress you upon this. 1 in 5 million cars, let's say it happened, 1 in 5 million. What are you going to say? The odds are, ooh, scares me too much to buy one, it's going to happen to me, 1 in 5 million? Maybe 10 million? How many Priuses have they made over time, right? And all of a sudden one of them's got this major problem and they're going to make a big deal out of it. You know, your odds are far better buying the Prius and not having any issues than it is to sit back and believe the BS that the mainstream media is pushing. Now, you know, a lot of people are also questioning, I'm moving on to another topic so you know, because I just think that one's just ridiculous. There's been a lot of talk about evidence being destroyed at the Sheriff's Department. Folks, I'm not trying to cover up this story at all. Not at all. I have yet to receive anything on this. I was not in the courtroom. Didn't have that luxury to know that this has actually happened. We did hear about it yesterday afternoon. I did make a phone call and was unsuccessful to get in contact with this person. Let me tell you something. For all those naysayers who want to rag on Sheriff Lewis, let me just explain to each and every one of you something that I personally know about Sheriff Lewis. This is a man who is an honorable man who will take accountability for anything. He doesn't run, he doesn't hide. In fact, kryptonite couldn't take that man down. That's how honorable this guy is. So the bottom line to me is, did a mistake happen? Absolutely. I did speak to other officers in other police departments, not in the sheriff's department, and I asked what their thoughts were on it. And these were upper level. These were not street cops. These were upper level executives, if you want to call them that. And they said, look, you know, the evidence room has come to me several times and said, what do I do with this? And that particular officer, detective, whatever, would turn around and say, hey, it's not my case. It's not my evidence. Well, I'm just going to destroy it then. These things happen all the time. You know, when you have poor management at the upper level, oh, let's just say like the Salisbury Police Department used to have. These things happened all the time. But for some reason, the Daily Times has a bug up their tail for Mike Lewis. Don't know why. Don't know if it's this love-hate relationship where they're trying to play off one thing versus the other to see if they can't mend things with Mike. I really don't know. But to be truthful with you, these mistakes happen. Let's put the emphasis on this, however. The man got convicted and sentenced to 6 years. So, I don't know what the big deal here is. I think they've blown this thing way out of proportion. But again, I'm not ignoring it. I'm not trying to avoid it. It is what it is. Folks, we're going to run. I hope you guys enjoy this weather. It's a shame that it's going to rain. It's going to be horrible over the next few days, but the weather's going to be warm. See my weather chart? No, I'm just kidding. Anyway, you guys have a great day, and we will chat with you sometime tomorrow. And thanks for supporting us and being here. Take care now. Bye-bye.